You know that trend where it's like, trust me, you'll be fine. I wanted to do that trend, but before I did it, I wanted to just like really explain what life was like when I found out I was going to be a mom. Because there is a stigma that I see in my comments that I just think that I'm this mom that has it all together all the time, and I think I'm better than everyone. I can kind of see how maybe somebody could take it that way when I'm offering advice and sharing what I do. People can look at it as a place of like, oh, she thinks she's better, she thinks she's always right. Really, it's coming from a place of wanting to be helpful, because the first year of me being a mom, I was not on TikTok, but I was a complete mess, and I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. And a lot of times in videos, I'm pretty much just talking to my younger self. When I found out I was pregnant, I was 20. Me and Sean had just moved out of our apartment that we were living at together. We proved that we could just not live as adults. Like, all the freedom was just getting to our heads. And we just couldn't live like adults. We were just reckless. At least we had the common sense to realize this. We asked our landlord if we could move out early. He said yes. I moved back into my mom's. Sean moved back with his parents. 2 months of us living at home, reevaluating what the heck we are gonna do with our lives, I took a pregnancy test because I noticed that I accidentally slept for I think it was 16 or 17 hours, something insane, which I've never done. I thought that was weird, and I was also a day late. My car was a 2000 Chevy Impala, and it never passed inspection. It was, as the mechanic put it, it was a death trap. I took a pregnancy test in my death trap in the parking lot of a nail salon. It was clear as day positive. And me being 20, I was like, wait, I don't really understand. I just wasn't informed on if a pregnancy test could give you a false positive. So I was just not really sure what that meant. But I had my nail appointment, so I went in there. And I remember sitting there getting my nails done, not mentally there at all, because I'm like, what was that? What just happened in the parking lot? I took another one, it was positive again. And then I showed Sean. He was just so scared, and he made me way scared, way more scared. Because remember, we just moved back in with our parents because we didn't know how to be an adult, never mind a freaking parent. And at the time, my sister was 2 or 3 months pregnant. I'm like, okay, well, at least my sister's having a baby. She was married, stable, real job, and they had a house. It made way more sense for them to be pregnant. So I was just like, okay, well, at least our kids will grow up together, everything will be okay. My entire pregnancy, Sean literally would work, I'm not even kidding, sometimes 24 hours because he wanted to save up to buy a house. And I was like, let's just get an apartment. I don't want to be living not with my baby dad while I'm pregnant. And he was like, no, we're buying a house. We need to own a property. I remember dragging him to look at an apartment. And the first thing that the apartment person said was, I know this is illegal, but I just really hope that you're not pregnant. Even though I wasn't showing it at all. He just said it. He was like, I just really hope you're not pregnant because I really don't want a baby in this apartment. And that's when I understood why owning a house would obviously be a lot better. The entire pregnancy, Sean worked absolutely crazy. He saved up and he bought us a house 100% on his own. And we moved into that house 2 weeks before Jay was born. I shared this whole story on my YouTube, but you guys know the story of my nephew dying right before Jay was born, and that made my postpartum experience so terrifying. It probably would have been a terrible experience either way, because I was just not ready for the storm that was postpartum. I was just so young and naive, and I didn't really think much of what was gonna really happen when the baby came. And Jay just rocked my entire world. I cried all the time. Everything I did, I was so unsure of. I was so lost and overwhelmed by everything. I found comfort in other people taking care of Jay because I thought they knew way more than I did, and he would just be better off with them. That whole year, I was just a mess. As Jay grew, it really got so much easier, and my mindset completely shifted. I was just okay, I need to stop throwing this pity party. No one is coming to help me. I need to get it together. I need to inform myself on how to take care of my child the right way. It was a long, long journey to get to where I am today. If I can do it, anyone can do it. If somebody asked my entire class of 2016 in high school, who would be the most unfit mom? I'm sure a lot of people would say me. The reason why that I have changed drastically was because Having Jay was the first and only time in my life where I did not have a choice. I could not give up when it was hard. Prior to Jay, anytime anything in my life got a little bit hard, I gave up. I always just wanted to be comfortable in life. And you just move so differently when you don't have a choice. Me and Jay will always have a special bond because of how much we grew up together. So I just hope that this can clear things up on me thinking that I am just like God's gift to this earth. I actually have a crippling chronic sensation of being absolutely worthless, but that's like a whole nother story. Now I'm just a 26-year-old teen mom.